What's going on, y'all? You know where I'm at? You know what I'm about to do. Just play up on the cap. Wanna holler at the boys and the women real quick, and I want to talk about something that's been heavy on my mind for the past few days, few weeks, or whatnot. I want to talk about righting wrongs while you're still alive. Everybody has taken the hit. Everybody's taken the L due to COVID or anything this past year or whatnot. People that were here last year, they're not here today, right? Some people have been sitting on their deathbeds and they've been thinking to themselves, damn, I have all this regret. If I was still able to be living a lot longer, I would try to right some of these wrongs. Men, I'm talking to the men right now, but listen, for women, you can listen in as well. It's very important as men that we try to right those wrongs while we're still on this earth. Some stuff we can't control, some stuff we didn't have anything to do with. But the things that we can control, it's on us to try to right those wrongs. With family, with the relationship, especially with the child. I'm fortunate right now to where me and my child, we have a great relationship right now. It's still young, she's only 5 years old. But some of you brothers out there, you might have children that you haven't spoken to in years for whatever reason. Whether it was your fault or it wasn't your fault, because we know life happens or whatnot. While you're still walking this earth, it's very imperative that you let them know how you feel before you leave. Do it in video form like I'm doing. Like I send them my videos all the time when I'm having stream of consciousness or whatnot. I'll sit down in my car and I'll make a video and I'll just send it to her to let them know how I'm feeling at that moment. If you're not able to talk to your child like you want to right now, they might be young or they might be older and they're not fucking with you. Well, make a video, man, and just tell them your side of the story, good or bad. All right. We're all gonna be a villain in somebody's story. There's no way that you can just be a good person to everybody. Just be 100 and be real and just put it all on the paint. They have the choice whether to accept it or not. But as long as you put that hand forward, put that foot forward, you're doing what you can do. Now, in retrospect, we wish that we didn't have to do this, right? We wish that the relationships would be very well off before it got to this point, but shit happens, man. You can't control that, but you can control your actions going forward. Because I don't want you or me or anybody else to be living your life with that in the back of your head, knowing that, okay, if I just would have opened my mouth and said something, then maybe life would have been completely different. We don't know. Maybe it would have worked. Maybe it wouldn't have. But them having the opportunity to hear you out, that's worth its weight in gold. Like, when I was going through what I was going through and whatnot, I made sure to put my side of the story out to my child in video form. And even tell her, like, yeah, she's 5 years old. She might not remember this now, but 10, 15 years from now, when she goes back and she looks and she has all this video evidence, where she's going to have this as well, because I'm going to send this to her, she'll have video evidence saying, okay, if something happens to me, Lord forbid, if something would have happened to me and I weren't able to explain it, then I have some video documentation of what was going on. She knew how I felt about it. She knew I loved her. Whereas it's important that you do the same thing with your children, with the women in your life, family members, whatever. Especially if you wronged them. Now, if they wronged you, you have the right to not want to talk it out. You have the right to be like, fuck them. I understand. But if it's something that you knew and you knew that you can make it right, or at least attempt to make it right by getting out your side of the story, I advise you to do that, man. Because you sitting on that deathbed, you're not going to be thinking about all the women you ran through. You're not going to be thinking about all the money that you had, that you blew. You're going to be thinking about those missed opportunities. And it's probably what I'm going to name this video, Missed Opportunities. Do not become a victim of a missed opportunity. Yeah, we can relate this to dating and business and whatnot. But right now, I'm just talking about with your personal life. You don't want to become a victim of that missed opportunity, because I see what it does to people. I've seen what it does to people. That guilt eats people up alive. Yeah, you'll still be able to live your life. You'll still be able to have fun and move on to other aspects. But in that one aspect, you're not going to be able to move on. You're going to be that same age that experience happened in for the rest of your life. You're not going to be able to move on from that. It's just like death. You never really move on from death. I mean, you get better as time goes, but it's still a sore spot with divorce. It's like a death. It's still a sore spot. You get better, you move on with time, but it's still there. So, do you want to live your life like that? We see these old men at these corner stores sometimes, and sometimes they're strung out, or sometimes they're alcoholics or whatnot, and you just think to yourself like, damn, that's just an old junkie, or that's just an old drunk, and you think nothing of it. But I can probably, looking back on it, I can guarantee you they're hunted by those missed opportunities. The times where they could have made it right. They could have made it wrong or right, but they didn't. So, in order to ease that pain, they drink it away, or they smoke it away. Is it right? Nope, not necessarily. Do I understand? Yes and no, because I wouldn't suggest that you get on drugs or whatnot to ease the pain. That's not what I'm saying at all. But that guilt will do some crazy things to you. Some of that guilt, it leads brothers to take their lives. And you know how I feel about that. Don't do that, especially if you got kids. I don't care if y'all on good terms or not. That's the number one thing you should not do as a man, especially if you got kids, to take yourself out of the game. Don't do that. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not gonna ruffle feathers with. But yeah, man, whatever you're doing right now, try to make amends in your personal life. That's what it's all about. Like I talk about like getting your shit together or whatnot and becoming the best man possible. And I still believe in that. But once you take all that vibrato off and you go behind closed doors, you're still a human being. And you still have stuff that you need to heal from. Things that you cause other people, how you hurt other people, you still need to be a process in them healing from that pain. We all make mistakes. I know the shit is cliche as hell, but it's true. We all make mistakes, and we gotta try our best as men to right those mistakes. If there are people in my life that I've made amends with, that I know I never talked to again, that I know I did completely wrong. And if you would ever see this video, I apologize. I was wrong. There's no excuse for it. Like, I can pull the I was young card, or I didn't know card. Either way, I was fucking wrong. It don't matter. So we gotta take that same accountability when it comes to my life. Like, men, we real big on, some men, we're real big on being accountable for our actions. So I just want you to be accountable in your life to whoever that you wrong. And I know I'm talking about like family, friends, and whatnot, but I'm focusing, I'm honing in on your children, because that's what it's gonna affect them in ways that you'll never know. You live your life now, you're not thinking about it now, but I'm telling you, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years from now, you're going to have to answer for that. If you're still on this earth, you're going to have to answer for that. Alright? So you can't live your life acting like it don't matter. You can't live your life acting like it didn't happen. The sooner you address it, the better. You let that shit linger on, it's gonna be like cancer. You know what happens when you don't address cancer, right? You end up dying from it. But cancer is real bad. I've seen it up close. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to go out like that. Try to right the wrongs as soon as you can. And if they forgive you, fine. If they don't forgive you, fine. It ain't about that. It's about you being that man and being forefront with what you've done wrong and saying, okay, I'll put it all in line. And don't even expect, don't expect anything from it. Just put it out there. And if something comes from it, fine. If something don't come from it, you made your bed, you got laid in it, right? Anyway, about to knock this workout in, get real sweaty, continue to get sexy. I advise y'all to do the same. Show your ass up.